what it is, man. Y'all already know Chainbreaker Squad and this thing once again. You know what I mean? Tonight we got Jihad, Israel, and Mr. Handed it. You feel me? They want to discuss this slavery option. Was it always options in slavery? You know what I mean? And things of that nature, different options that slaves might have even had. So, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna let them go in and see what's on their minds right now. So G Hard, I see you, Royalty. What's up, man? We got Royalty in the building too. G Hard, go ahead, my brother.
Okay, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Chainbreaker Squad. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribe. We got D Lat, Hanlet Williams, and Royalty. And you know, D Hard always going hard in the yard with a barrel pro code to have on the hand mic. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is not a debate. You know what I'm saying? Just a last question from it's a continuation of the first video. But the last question was to my brother, my fam, Hanlet Williams. Um, Cause he said there's always an option. So the key word I focused on was always, which I know he was talking about now. But you know me, I'm a smart ass, so I started talking about slavery times. They always have an option. So I posed a question to him: if he was a slave, what he would have done, you know? And he kind of broke it down. So that's the question I asked him. Since there was always an option, if you was a slave, what you would have done. Like I said, it's not a debate; it's just a question of the continuation of the last video. Go ahead, bro. Mute my mic.
So, so to that question, the first thing I said to him when he asked me about, if I was a slave, I have to say right off the top that for the compassion I have for slavery time, I couldn't even say that because I'm not in the time that happened. So I wouldn't want to say, what I would have done because I feel like anybody that say what they would have done is bullshit. But since you just want me to say what you think I would have done at that time, so this is what I think I would have done. So the options is you always have options when you're going through something. So my options was to stay there and stay a slave, be the house nigga, try to run, or try to fight. So when I look at those options, I don't want to be a slave right now. I know I don't want to be a slave. I don't want to be a slave to my job. I want to be a boss. So I know I wouldn't want to be a slave. So now if I don't want to be a slave, that means I either have to run or I have to kill. So I'm breaking that down. If I break that down is in order for me to kill, if I just kill somebody by myself, then they gonna kill me. That's what they did. And they might kill more than me. Anytime one person did something, they went around killing a lot of people. So the option would be if I'm gonna kill somebody, I would have to get out of alliance other people to help me carry out this. So I would say the option with number one is to try to make it out of there. I think my first option would be try to run. Now, if I fail with that option, I try to run and I didn't die after they beat my ass, then I would have to go to my second option. I'm gonna start some shit and get everybody together and try to get back. So that's what I think I would have done. But out of respect to slavery, I would never say what I would have done. That's what I think I would have done. And we also was talking about Wall Street. And my thing was, I wonder if they had the Black Wall Street, they had banks, they had everything all black. So my whole thing is that supposedly a black man supposed to have talked to a white lady in the elevator, and then some kind of way they put out a story that he touched her, or raped her, or did something, and they start killing everybody in the city. So I was wondering why nobody then, if they had all that stuff, why they didn't form a police station, why they didn't have an army themselves. So when they did get attacked, they can come together and fight back. So that's if I was to build a city, I think you got to have protection in the city. So that would be the first thing I would have done is get all the men together and say, hey, we need to have a unity if something happened in this, so we can get together and we can, protect our family. So, so I'm asking you guys to comment on that.
Okay, let me comment since I asked you the question. Okay, excuse me, hold on. Okay, my comment on that would be for the first thing go, what I would have done, I'll be on some Nat Turner shit, me. Straight like that. Because I already know the same people that sold us into slavery, they look just like us, they was Hamites. You know what I'm saying? And when they made us forget who we was and our family and our heritage, that was the whole thing, the whole point of making us forget about who we were. You know, that's why today we don't know. A lot of us, we waking up, we know that we Hebrews now. But them Hamites, those were the same ones that put us on the slave ships, the same one that the slave master had in the house, the same one the slave master had over us on the in the sugarcane field, the same ones on TV, the same ones in Congress. You know what I'm saying? The same one that's selling us out today. And at that time, they didn't really know this, right? They didn't know that we would the damn Hamites, the house niggas, was the same motherfucking family as the slave master. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore, I mean, it was hard to talk about a plan about running. It was hard to talk about building something. Just like now, because them Hamites don't infiltrate us. That's why Nat Turner said it was like I'm just paraphrasing, right? It was like 1,000 black people he got together, okay? And he said, "Who all think that we shouldn't do this? Take a step back." And there was 100 of them step back, right? And he said, "Who all think that we should step forward?" And the other 999 step forward. And he said, "Now the first thing we need to do is turn around and kill them 100 that step back." See, that's why it was so hard because we didn't know who we were, but now we know who we are, man. That's why when I look at them slavery movies, right? If I was to make a slavery movie, I would differentiate and show the difference between them Hamites on there and the Hebrews on there because the Hamites sold the Hebrews to the slave masters because they all from the Nephilim bloodline. They all from the devil. They all from the Nephilim bloodline. Them Hamites. That's why God said the Hamite will be slain by my sword, and He makes the difference between Hamites and Hebrews. You know, and said like I said, I'm with this black unity thing. You know what I'm saying? But every time, I mean, a black man get killed, I mean, we got to think about when He say the Hamite will be slain by my sword. And that was the Hotel Rwanda. I mean, that was the Rwanda genocide. I hate to keep saying Hotel Rwanda because people think it's a movie, but that was an actual event in 1994. The Rwanda genocide, the Hutus and the Tutsis. Okay, those were Hebrews and Hamites going at it. That's what that was. Not just niggas killing niggas. You know. So, but see, we waking up today. So we'll be able to. That's my response to that. But I'd have been on some Nat Turner shit though. That's all I want to say.
Now, what about black? What about the Black Wall
Yeah,
Street?
the same thing for the Black Wall Street. I mean, like right now, as far as us getting together, okay, there's like affirmative action, okay? Affirmative action is that they have to have it comes from when they wouldn't let no black people and no businesses and schools. And they made a law called affirmative action. So that means you had to have one black person or one minority, at least one, in your establishment. Okay, but that minority gonna be somebody from Africa, somebody from one of them foreign countries, one of them foreign students. You know what I'm saying? Still one of the 13 bloodlines. You know what I'm saying? Still being infiltrated. But as far as the Black Wall Street go, I see what you're saying because I always like, man, all our Congress. Okay, look at Obama. Obama is a Hamite. They're gonna always have them Hamites over us in them offices that we go in, man. The shit been already set in place from 400 years ago when they first put them in the house when they brought us over here. Cause see, we had rules to slavery over there in Israel. Okay, we had slaves. God had us. We had slaves, but you would only be a slave for 7 years, and you was like a servant. And after that, you would get paid, You can marry into the family, or you was free to go. Not this terrorism shit that this white man turned it into. That's not what that was. You see. But see, when we got over here, they made us forget who we were. That's why knowledge itself is the most important thing, brother. Because when you know who you is, you know who you can trust. With Black Wall Street and everything, even when getting together, going against where they killing black people on the street like the police do. What they gonna do? They're gonna put a Hamite above us, a Hamite on TV, and say y'all need to calm down all the time. Just like they had the Hamite in the house when we was in the cotton field. You know, they had the Hamite over us, goddamn, with the whip whipping our ass and shit. The first ones on TV. Just like when you look at, I know y'all remember that show, What's Happening? With Roger, the one with the glasses. Yeah, that's a Hamite. D, all of them. All the ones we looked up to, all our sports figures, they are heroes of old men of renown. You know, but yeah, that's my spiel on that. There, I mean, we couldn't trust nobody, even with the Black Wall Street. I mean, you know, what I'm saying, I'm with it. I would have been with the struggle. I would have been with making the money. Just like now, nigga, I work 2 jobs now. You know, and I'm talking some shit about taking over the whole fucking world. That's what I'm talking about doing, and it could be done, bro. We just need to find out who we are.
What up, Black?
Hey, D-Lac, come outside, man.
Hey,
Hey, come outside.
I need the question again. All right.
We talking about we
Ask
talking
me the
about
question
options.
again, Mr. Hamilton.
We talking about options. Uh, pretty much with slavery. His first question was, "What would you do in slavery if you was a slave? What would be your options? What would you do?"
Okay. What I would do in slavery
If you was a slave,
is probably end up dead from trying to get away or killing the leader, master, taking over the shit. 'Cause either I would have put some people together and we would have did it, or I would have did it by myself. But I would have been like Kunta, nigga. I would have been trying to get away till the day I die. I'm gonna end up dead. You feel me? Rockefeller. Period. I mean, I ain't no slave. I ain't no servant. I ain't no bow down. I'm not that. And it's not pride or none of that either. That's just what it is. Like, so, I just know that just based on the fact that I don't even like taking direction on a certain level. Don't nobody like to be told what to do, especially if it's something you don't want to do. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so I'm gonna have to rock with the fact that, you know, I mean the thing that like I said, you know what I'm saying, I'll just be running till I die or they gonna end up killing me because they tired of having to go get me. You dig? So what was the next question?
and I was also talking about Wall Street, the Black Wall Street, why they didn't have security, why they didn't have their
Oh,
own army to fight back.
I was thinking about that the other day.
If they had everything else, if they had their own business,
Yeah,
cars and all of that, why they didn't have no security?
it's not security, right? Hold on,
Huh?
hold on, wait. Hold on. Now, what they didn't do is they didn't militarize, and that's where they fell off at.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's what I'm
mean?
saying. If you're gonna have, if you're gonna build a whole city and it's all
Hold on,
black
hold on.
people,
Yeah, let me go. I got
go
you.
ahead.
Let me go. Now, if they would have militarized, you know what I mean, then they probably would have had a chance. Although, I mean, they probably wouldn't be able to, you know, they probably wouldn't have the stuff that the government probably would have been able to have because, they way more advanced. But they would have been able to at least fight back on a certain level.
It wasn't the government that attacked them. It was the next town. The white people. The white people was upset because they didn't have what the black people had over there. They was upset because they used that other. They used that other reason that he touched the white girl to come over there to kill the black people. So it was just regular people off the
You
street
think?
that got together. They got together and came over there and started killing all the black people in their town.
So they
So they
didn't
didn't
bomb.
bomb. So who bombed
Hey,
Black
it's
Boy?
on royalty, y'all. You think?
Hello.
My bad.
The point is, like I said, they should have militarized. You know what I'm saying? One thing, the thing is, if everybody gonna come together, you know what I'm saying? The first thing we got to do is unify, organize, and militarize, and that's it. If we can do that, then we on. It ain't no point but to take over, or at least, you know what I'm saying, be in a good spot. You know what I'm saying? You able to protect yourself from, you know, I ain't gotta say it, but we know, or at least go out swinging. So it still come down to if they were militarized, even if it was the people from the next town. You know what I'm
But
saying?
that just boggled my mind that they built a city of all black people, and it was the big
Hey,
city,
shit,
like
my phone hit on the
Wall
ground.
Street of black people, and it wasn't. They didn't have no guns. They didn't have no, you know, no fight back. Because I think that when I'm in the time you hear,
Come
okay,
on,
we in the
Roger next.
yeah, I'm from Raw to you and up next. Because if I hear right now, okay, they got a group mob of white people getting together and going to shoot up black people around right now. We finna get together and get our shit together, and we finna go get that mob. It ain't finna be. I'm waiting till you come to my house and kill me and my kids too. I finna call up. We finna call up. Call up and get our shit together. That's what I'm thinking about. If they had a big Wall Street, why wasn't that they had they shit together for us? Getting they guns and weapons. I mean, that's part of us. That's part of a town. Royalty is on you.
All right. The first question was with this what I would have done hypothetically um in slavery times. I'm agree that mentally um slavery would be able to do it. Mad respect to those who went through it. Cause my first plot, not being through it, just looking at it from this time, my first plot would have been to kill Master and keep it pushing. Uh,
I don't know, but
I don't
is
really
this
have.
mic going in and out to anybody else?
I hear you
Mm,
clearly.
I hear him clearly, but it's funny. It's like it's not in sync with what your mouth saying. I can hear everything,
Hey,
but
to me it is. To me it is. Everything perfect to me.
all right.
Yeah, nah, but on that issue, man, um,
Go ahead.
it's more speculation. You know what I'm saying? Because who knows? If I had a family there, then I would have tried to do something different. But if it was just me, I'm going straight for Master. You know what I'm saying? But if my family there, I gotta figure out a way to do something and protect my family. So it's different ways I gotta look at that on that slavery thing, and I'm pretty sure they looked at it the same way because they had families and kids,
You just
things like
raised
that.
another question right there. That's another question. Would you have a family during slavery days? That's a good question.
Hey, hold on. Handle it with. Hey. Go on, let him finish, man, because you're gonna have it up to 12 o'clock because you bringing up more questions. But go on, let him finish, bro. Go ahead, Roy.
All right, let me bypass that question and we'll answer
No,
that
no,
later.
it's what you would have done. It's what you would have done. Bring your family, like you said, what you would have done.
Okay,
Come on, handle
in the family thing, you gotta look at it two ways because you could be the one that was taken away from your family and was separated. And then at that point, I'm going with my first mind. I'm going to kill Master and get the fuck about this bitch. But if I got my family with me, well, we already at the camp and I have a family here with me, then I gotta figure out a way to 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 do some shit on the slide to where we all can make it out. Because by myself, if I kill him, I probably can make it by myself. But it's gonna be harder to make it with my wife and my goddamn kids to where we can all get away. So it had to be a whole different plan. But my first mind still kill a nigga that think he running shit and get the fuck away from that bitch. Um, the Black Wall Street thing, man. The 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 okay, the way that they have or had the Black Wall Street and y'all, I understand him talking about unite and militarize and shit, but you also have to understand that we still had limited rights. We still was limited to what the fuck we could do and what we was able to have and all of that. Yeah, we had this part, but if we wasn't limited and we could have the shit that they had, then they wouldn't have been able to come over and take shit and kill people like they did. We didn't have enough to militarize. What we gonna do? Throw sticks at the motherfuckers?
Well, the money was
Throw
over there.
floating knives or
David
something?
and Goliath. David and Goliath. Get a slingshot, baby. David and Goliath.
So I'm
See,
looking
they
at it
come
like
over there. Look, we got a town. Our town might be say 1,500 people, 2,500 people. They town next door is 40,000. How you fighting that?
Hey,
I
but you
don't
know
know
they
what
had
time.
bombs. Hey, you know that we had one, but they bombed it. We had a Black Wall
Well,
Street, but
I'm
they
not
bombed
trying to let nobody kill me up.
it.
I'm gonna get a couple of
Hey,
them motherfuckers.
hey, y'all don't know that in America we had a Black Wall Street and they bombed it in America. We had one. Look it up. We had a Black Wall Street and they bombed it. I forgot.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, they bombed it though. Goddamn hammer. Goddamn. But then I
Nigga,
told you
you
about
in this
fucking.
goddamn handbag shit. What the
Hey, check this out. Hey, I want to say this though. Hey, I want to say this. Hey, mute your mic, dude. Hey, show enough look like a Hamite, and Bruce Leroy look like a Hebrew, and Eddie Arcadian is the devil. Who's the master? Hey, so no, do look like a Hamite though, bro. Don't it? And Bruce Leroy look like a Hebrew. Who's the master?
You getting off topic, Bubba.
Bro, you need
And
another
another
No, I
thing,
ain't. No, I ain't. No, I ain't. I'm talking about how, bro. This is why stuff never worked for us because we are infiltrated by them hoes. We don't know who we are, man. I'm telling you, this is why they made us forget about who we are and our names and our always and our mores. It wasn't about making us forget just our last name, man. That's not what it was about. It was about to make us think we are the enemy. This is why we sell each other out like the enemy do. Because we got that shit from them Hamites in the slave when we was in the goddamn field picking cotton. The Hamites was in the house and they've been selling us out and they black just like us. You know, we need to
well, let
find
me
out
tell
who we
you,
are, bro.
jihad, jihad,
about go ahead, D.
jihad. I understand like your biggest pet peeve is knowing your blood type. That's your shit, and that's what you rock with. That's what you study on. That's what you preach. I get that, but
You overdose.
um,
Because it's like every time we talk to you, it turns to back to that.
Okay, you know why? You know why? Because I was tired of
Because
hearing
that's
about
all you
this.
think about.
Okay, no, because you know why? 'Cause I'm tired of hearing about this racism. Because it's not about racism.
We
I'm
wasn't
tired of
even
hearing
talking
about this.
about racism
Hold on,
right
hold
now.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Yes, we are, because we talking about slavery. We talking about slavery.
Yeah, but we ain't saying
Okay,
nothing about racism.
okay. Let me get.
We
That's
saying
what
Racism,
what we
slavery
was
was
dealing
about.
slavery is
with.
That's
not
what slavery was
racism,
about.
bro.
Slavery was about racism. What you mean?
No,
That's what
no.
got a place
Slavery was
society.
not about racism, bro.
That's
Slavery
what.
was not about racism. It was about control. If you just said yourself that it was
Okay,
African
you
Americans,
asked
black
me a
people
question.
selling black people,
Okay,
that
you
is
asked
not
me a question.
racism, bro.
Okay, you asked me a question. Let me answer. Whether you like it or not, you asked me a question. Let me answer. Okay, they got holidays about black holidays. They got movies and all that shit about racism and shit, man. Listen, man, the shit is deeper than skin color, bro. That's all I'm
And we
saying.
understand that. You told us
And
that
we
over and
hear that
over again.
shit. Okay, but since we was born, we hear about every day. It's
Well,
about
we
race. They
telling
got Black
you,
Panthers. Listen, they got groups formed, Black Panthers. They got motherfucking Nation of Islam. All these fucking racial groups. All you hear about, you ought to be tired of hearing about that fucking shit all your life. I just started talking about blood type. You've been hearing about racism and slavery all your fucking life. That's what you ought to be tired of hearing about.
okay, J Hard, listen. When we talk to you,
Hey,
Jihad.
it's 11 o'clock. I'm gonna let you finish and then we're gonna wrap it up,
it
man.
ain't okay.
I'm gonna let you get the last
When we
word.
talk to you, the conversation don't last long before you start talking about Hamite. And that's bad because that's all your conversation is Hamite. Now, can we have one session with you without you saying anything about Hamite? Just one.
I go hard in the yard with a bad report card, and I go hell over the half bite.
So that's a
Hey,
no.
There
bro,
you
You
look,
said
go.
no.
nah,
So you
There
said
you go.
no.
nah, look,
You said
There
no.
you
Just
go.
say no.
what
I
it
go hard
is,
in the yard with a bad report card and half on the half bite. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. Royalty, it's on you, baby. We're
all
gonna
right, look,
shut it
real
down
quick.
after this.
It
Come
ain't,
on.
it ain't, it ain't about, you know what I'm saying? Because I know how you get down. It's the same way I get D respect about his, I give you respect about yours. D lad on everything. So, that's that. But the thing is, the whole thing about the blood type, um, I can't even ask that question because you did say it derived from knowing that. But why is it ambulant for you to know everybody's blood type that you talk to?
Because you would know who is from the bloodline of Satan and who is from the bloodline of Adam. It's like the movies They Live when you put on the glasses, because they have different phenotypes, genotypes, bone structure, facial features. They smell different. You know what I'm saying? Their bloodline have a label and an expiration date. A label and an expiration date. The label is RH negative. The expiration date is 6,000 years. The devil is given 6,000 years to rule.
Okay, you
Time
got
is
to get
up.
out the phone. You got to get out the phone. You answer that
Okay,
question.
now,
Okay, now
okay,
look, the last question is now that now that you know this, say they tell you this is your family that you asking this, right? Your cousins, your nephews, your nieces, they tell you they blood type is negative. How different you gonna treat them because you always say they gonna be your slaves? How different are you finna treat these people
I
that are
already know
your
what he gonna say.
that are of your bloodline? They are of your family. How different are they finna be treated? And
They're
that's
gonna
my
be the
last
house
question.
niggas.
You can go.
He said
okay,
they're gonna be the house niggas, the house slaves.
okay. First of all, the Most High says, "Those who bless the Hebrews, I will bless. Those who curse the Hebrews, I will curse." It's not my decision. And he also say, "Whoever loved their mother and father more than me is not even worthy of me." You know. And he say, Jacob. He say, "Those who are not born yet, who have not done bad or good, know that Jacob I love and Esau I hate." And he also say In Jeremiah 1 and 5, I knew you before I created you in the womb. So we were already judged before we was in the womb. If he, because you know, the Lord know everything gonna happen before it happened. And if he gave you a negative blood type in the womb, you belong to the devil, the serpent bloodline. If he gave you a positive blood type, you belong to him. Now, what people think Judgment Day is, that's the day of sorting out in the future. That's the day of sorting out the positive blood type from the negative blood type, the good from the bad, the sheep from the goats. But we've been judged in the womb. It's time to goddamn we take this motherfucking shit over and do this. We've been covered by the blood already. You know what I'm saying? That's what he told her. I got you, my nigga. You've been born under 6,000 year curse. I know you got to whoop some ass. I got you. You covered in the blood, bro. That's your free ticket. Now, I'm not saying that you guaranteed to go to heaven just because your blood type positive. You know what I'm saying? Because those who bless the Hebrews, I will bless. Those who curse the Hebrews, I will curse. But that's your free ticket. Okay, now the negative blood type, they can gain their ticket by blessing the Hebrews. But the best thing for them to do is just stop producing and die out. Because I told them if they don't stop producing and die out, they're going to get castrated in the motherfucking thing when I get mad about shit. But, you know, it's not my decision. The Most High say, those who bless the Hebrews, he's not going to make us kill and harm the people that we love because we've been tricked by the devil. That's not going to happen.
Okay, wrap it up.
I'm not going to kill. Yeah, let's wrap it up. Okay, that's the end of it. I'm sorry. That's my spiel.
Anybody want to say something before we go?
No, man, it's time to go. Let's wrap it up. Let me go and do the outro. All right, y'all. Once again, you know what I'm saying? This is Chainbreaker Squad, G Hard, D-Lat, Royalty in his motherfucker. My nigga.
All I want to say is peace to everybody. Everybody got options.
There you go. Yeah. And I'm G Hard, always going hard in the yard with a barrel poke on the ham on the ham mic. And shout out to D-Lat for producing this live video and putting it down like he always do. Chainbreaker Squad, baby. Yeah.
Hey, I want to do one thing before we get off here, man. Let's say much respect to the brothers that always take their time out to, educate each other because we need more of that. And number two, at least at the end of 1 hour shows or a couple hour shows, I want DJ Mr. Handle That, J Dub. I want these niggas to put their little business out there so when they watch this, they get to the end of it, they can hear some introduction to some young black man. Give me your information real quick.
What's up?
This nigga.
Don't drop your tag, man. Let them know how they can get in contact with you on the business side.
Oh, well, you had cut off your when you was
drop the tag on here.
Your mic cut in and out. It's doing it now.
Yeah, you breaking up bad. You breaking up bad.
Yeah, that's why I ain't hear everything you said. But you can get at me at Facebook, Dave, Mr. Handle That Williams on Facebook and on Instagram.
Is that how they get in touch with you for your business?
Yeah, Dave, Mr. Handle That Williams.
Okay, we're gonna have to get
on Facebook or Instagram and you connect with me like that. You can leave a message right here. Anywhere you see me, you can leave a message and I'll get back with you. And we're gonna talk. We're gonna have a session on the business right here. We're gonna live it up.
All right, hey, then when everybody get off, stay on. When we get off live, I want to ask you something. I just don't want to ask you on live. All right.
Yeah, I just want to get fam time to shout out his little business, and when we get DJ and J Dub on, we'll get them time at the end. Let them do their thing, and much respect.
Yeah, I want to have the whole. I want to have the whole.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Close it out, man. Close it out. Man. All right, man. Y'all already know what this, man. Chainbreaker Squad and this. Y'all can look me up too, you know what I mean? Instagram 52 Kryptonite all day, man. Chainbreaker YouTube, you feel me? All that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell you my Facebook. Anyway, I appreciate y'all, man. Come through. Look at us. Chainbreaker Squad, we out the same. Peace.
Later.